Hi, and welcome to Rossi Audio again. In today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about Denon. And over the years, Denon has become one of my favorite brands when it comes to basically anything and everything that is available on the market. Um, in my system, doesn't matter if I use power amplifiers or receivers or what kind of setup I have. Most of the time, it's always a Denon. Either a CD player, a DVD player, turntables, you name it. I always more or less try to use Denon every time. Why Denon has become my favorite brand is more or less, it goes back to the early 1990s, and it was back in 91. 92, 92 for sure. I started looking into, when I was younger, I had like most people who are into car audio, I progressed from having the regular setup with a cassette and CD players and a couple of speakers. And I went all in and I bought amplifiers and subwoofers and speakers. And back then, my very first system in my car was I didn't use Denon CD players in a car because I liked they were kind of conservative on the looks, and I like to have a little bit flashy stuff. But I used Boston acoustic speakers and Cerwin-vega subwoofers, and to run all of that, I used Denon amplifiers. I had a Denon DCA 600 and a DCA 800, and I just fell in love with Denon right there and then when I got that installed, and I heard the sound that Denon produced through my Boston acoustic speakers and Cerwin-vega subwoofers. And since then, I've kind of had a little crush on Denon products because they sound really good. They have a good sounding product spectrum for most of it. If you are into, I am not what I I'll call myself a normal audiophile. I like big speakers that sound loud and can play without distortion. So for me to use Denon hi-fi amplifiers, I do it if I have some smaller speakers hooked up, and I don't need that huge power hunk of a power supply and power boosting amplifier. If I run small and medium sized speakers, then I run Denon amplifiers as well. They had some really nice amplifiers back in the 1990s, and they were called the POA or PUA power amplifiers, and they had some monoblocks and really good amplifiers. On the receiver side, I haven't tried too many Denon receivers, AV receivers, audio for home cinema, because I'm not into that. I used to be into home cinema, and I kind of quit. It became such a milking cow. I thought it was really good. It was good enough for me when it was 5.1, but now they're talking about 7.2, 9.1, 9.2, and all that stuff, and that is just out of the what I want to deal with. But I have had many Denon CD players and DVD players, and I have two right here. And the top one is the DVD 3000, and let me tell you right away that the the build quality on this one is awesome. Everything is just screams quality. Comes with a remote. The sound from this DVD 3000 model is awesome. Totally awesome. This one sounds way better than most CD players that I have tried. And I have tried a lot of CD players costing anywhere between $69 and up to $1,000 and maybe $1,200 even. And this DVD player outperforms them all. easy to use. Um, it is a few years old, so it's not a new thing, but still it holds the quality and the reliability, and the sound is really nice to be an old unit. Below it, I have the professional version of a Denon DVD player, and it's called the DN/V300. And it's a little bit bigger in size, a little bit deeper. It has the rack mounting ears, so you can put in a rack. More or less, this one is more or less built for conference hall use, or a pub and a bar, or hotel room, or maybe even in a disco. So it's a little bit more robust. It's built on a different platform, and the ease of use of this one is just as good as this one. All Denon products are nice and easy to use. They have nice clear buttons. They're easy to understand and easy to operate. The quality, really good. The same thing as the other Denon 3000. And the sound quality, I lean, if I'm going to have say the sound quality wise, I want to say that the Denon 3000 is maybe a little bit more refined than the 300. And I mean, the 300, they probably built it a little bit more robust because of the use they intended it to be used for. So the sound on the Denon DVD 3000 is a little bit more refined, maybe a little bit more complete than in the 300. But I mean, for anyone, the 300 is a mighty good deal. It's also not a new one. It has a few years on its back, and you can pick these up fairly cheap. And I mean, you can get them for a bargain. I bought both of these off of eBay, and I paid $26 plus shipping. I think the shipping was like $22 on the DN/V300. So for under 30, well, let's say I think it was under $50 shipped to me, landed on my door for under $50. The Denon 3000 DVD, I paid $47 for this one plus shipping. The shipping was $12, and for $59. This one cost new back in the day. The Denon 3000. It was like a $400 or $500. I think it was $400 and some DVD player. So I got both of these for next to nothing. And if you go on eBay and you look up Denon DVD players, because if you're looking for a CD player to use in your home system, I don't even recommend using CD players anymore, because the sound in the DVD players are, in my mind and in my ears, better than a dedicated CD player. And because of the market on the DVD players have changed so rapidly and so fast, and there's new models coming out all the time, the price on the used ones are really low. And the laser that is used in these is way better than the laser they use in just plain CD players, because of the sound quality requirements that comes from a DVD disc, and how people look at DVDs in a 5.1, 7.2, or whatever. And the beautiful thing with this one, the 3000, it has all the types of outputs and inputs that you need. It has even separate outputs for front, rear, center, and subwoofer. So it's a really full spec machine. And if you think about it, you can get this one for under $60, and you can get this one for under $50. There is really nothing to think about. It's just go out and get them, because you can't really get any better. I have tried Pioneer, I've tried Sony's, Philips, JVC, Marantz even, and Marantz is the sister of Denon, and Marantz you have to pay more for, so you can get almost the same thing in a Denon that you get in a Marantz, and I feel that when you buy a Marantz, you pay a lot for the brand. And I mean, Denon and Marantz are brothers and sisters now, so they're using a lot of the same technology inside. Same with a lot of the same mechanisms for the tray and all that stuff. If you look at the Denon and the Marantz, they're exactly the same. So if I can compare the Denon and both Denons to other brands and other models, I say if you can go out and try and find a Sony or a Marantz or whatever you want, but you have to pay way more, and the sound is not any better. I tried them all. So far, I like the Denon sound way better. The remote controls, this is for these, for Denon, is very, very nicely laid out. They have a good feel in your hand, and that is something that I like about Denon. They have a very good and even weight distribution on it, so it doesn't want to tip forward or backwards, so when it lays in your hand, it's really, really good. And that is one thing that the Denon has really, I want to say, give them honor for, is their remotes. Very, very good layout. All the buttons are marked nicely. They're nice and they have good space between them, so easy to operate. You don't hit the wrong button on accident unless you're sitting in the dark. But yeah, the remotes for Denon is really, really good compared to some of the other brands that have huge, heavy, and they're heavy on one side, so they won't tip over and all that stuff. And the buttons are just so cramped in, and you have multi-function buttons. On these Denons, every button has one function, and that helps you out. I mean, not everyone is into the multi-function buttons on them. So my advice for if you want to buy a source for your system and you're thinking about buying a CD player, buy Denon. I absolutely recommend it. The next time I'm going to look at Denon turntables. I have some more. I have plenty of Denon CD players and DVD players back here. So yeah, I like Denon. So until next time, have a nice day.